As you will see in this video, the weather had its own plans for us today. Our original plan was to climb the Helvellyn Ridgeline from Dollywaggon Pike to Great Dodd, but with zero visibility and high winds expected all day on the higher fells, it did not feel like the best plan to stick with. Instead, the Greenburn Round, with its fog and its bogs, would be our challenge for the day. And boy, was this the most enjoyable challenge we had done. But the path will take us onward over some very boggy ground, heading anti-clockwise to take on Steel Fell first. Starting from the Traveller's Rest, a short walk across the field brought us to these stepping stones. But we had fun crossing them to get to the road and up onto the foot of Steel Fell. Passing onto the open fell side, I looked back. But this would be the last clear view we would see until we reached Helm Crag 6 hours later. Looking up, we could see Steel Fell rising steeply into the clouds. This, of course, was the first of many false summits. The fell rises ahead of you like a half-remembered shape, its edges softened by cloud. In the fog, Steel Fell becomes less a mountain and more a presence, a dark, volcanic shoulder lifting itself out of the valley, patient, immovable, waiting. You climb through the muted world where colour drains away and sound becomes sharper. The wind brushes the grass and ferns in long strokes. Water trickles unseen beneath the surface. Every footstep feels amplified, as if the fell is listening. Now this video documents our charity hiking challenge. Yes, are a small local charity based in Staffordshire, and they provide mental health and well-being support to adults and young people across the county. For me, being outdoors strengthens my well-being, so I am pleased to help raise much needed funds that help them provide this support. I will leave a link in the description for anyone able to donate to their cause. The crags appear first, sudden, angular, born from ancient fire. The grass slowly gives way to stone, as if this ancient crag is about to burst from the earth. Rhyodacite tufts, welded in the heat of prehistoric eruptions. They emerge from the mist like the walls of some stepped fortress. This cairn marks the narrowing of the ridge, as a gentle warning to stay on the path. Scree, stones and boulders lie strewn as if something colossal had swept them there. The rock is rough, gritty, volcanic. It remembers a time when this now quiet landscape was a storm of ash and molten stone. The path continues up, more steeply now, perched precariously on the rock that is the only thing supporting it. The edge of this ridge contrasts to the grey of the fog, but the view down is invisible. Tufts of reeds cling to the slope, but little else can. The path snakes left and right to show the invisible view from the other side. Just the dark buttresses that jut from ash crags. As you gain height through this more rocky section, the path becomes steeper here for a moment. Then the world falls away behind you. The plateau opens, a broad tilted table of ancient stone, scattered with tarns that will appear without warning, with, on days like these, surfaces that are perfectly still, reflecting nothing but the grey sky. You will walk this watershed divide without seeing it. One step sends the rainwater south towards Grasmere, the other north toward Thirlmere, and on to the distant Irish Sea. This is a quiet, invisible frontier wilderness. But we were not the only souls here. Herdies were grazing, unimpressed by our presence, but probably mildly amused that we had dared to climb on a day such as this. They carried on, and we went on our way. They probably knew they'd not see us again. Up here, the fog becomes a kind of mercy. It hides the valleys, the roads, the villages. It leaves you alone with the fell's geology, its history, its silence. Steel Fell becomes not a viewpoint, but a mood. A place where the Lake District shows you its raw volcanic heart. The path looked clear, but that isn't always a sign that it's the right path. But compared to the grasses beside it, it looked well trodden, so we felt sure we could follow it. The small tarn seemed to be the one on the map, and the boggy channel running to it suggested the larger tarn above it could be to the left. Crossing it just held the need to find firmer ground to the higher step beyond. Metal posts emerged welcome from the fog, like relics of a forgotten boundary, fixed straight into the rock. They stood as thin silhouettes against the cloud. Shepherd's markers, estate lines, old navigation aids hammered into the fell when visibility was a luxury and not a guarantee. Their purpose is practical, but in this mist they felt ceremonial, like the remains of some old ritual path. Now the path made sense. It has brought us nearer to our goal. The last few steps would now be guided by these ancient relics. Despite the wonders of modern technology, often it can be a confusion rather than a clarity. Paper maps offer certainty if you know how to use them, and today this certainty would mean following this line of posts to the summit. the summit cairn looms out of the cloud. This is Dead Pipe, a pile of red stone glowing faintly in the muted light. It feels less like a marker and more like a beacon, a point of arrival in a landscape stripped down to its bones. Then, passing by, onward, the mist closes and Steelfell returns to its quiet watch. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed our little adventure onto Steelfell, and that maybe it has inspired you to get outdoors to make your own adventures too. Now, this video supports our charity hiking challenge. I will leave a link in the description for anyone able to donate to their cause. And to Yes, thank you for the caps we are sporting. Please do like and subscribe. I do so enjoy making this content. It gives me great strength and well-being, and your views and support encourage me to keep going to create a lasting legacy. This adventure will continue shortly with our wander through the Bog of Doom. So I'll be back again soon, but until then, happy hiking!